revenge is made possible by listeners like you. By listeners like you, our revenge is made possible by listeners like you. By listeners like you, our revenge is made possible by listeners like you.
Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. HappyCattyCrypto here. So I thought, I'm not really doing too much right now. I saw the price was moving and I thought, what better time to do a live stream, and hopefully it will pick up as we get through this a little bit more, but I thought it was just really important to get out there. I'm seeing a few live streams today talking about this whole USTC revitalization plan, and my honest words to you folks is the burn is coming, it is happening, and nothing is going to stop it. Ed's waiting for TFL to merge some final codes, and then I'm pretty sure the parameter change proposal will be going up. I hope you're all doing really well today, and I hope you can all hear me. Slap some penguins in the comment section if you can hear me, and just let me know the sounds all good for you folks and the background music's not too loud. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comment section. We'll get them answered for you, and we'll just do our best to keep you folks informed as the day goes by. How am I? I'm doing really well. Like I said, I hope all of you folks are doing well. I'm just trying to, get on with having a broken back. So, folks, let me know in the comment section what you think about this price movement. Are you looking for short-term gains? Are you looking for long-term gains? Are you in this for the short run, or are you in this for 4 or 5, 2, 3, however many years down the line? Just let me know in the comment section, folks. So really going over to all of the coins right now, and this is totally normal to see the other coins run with us because we're all using kind of not so much the same blockchain, but overall that same system that houses the two blockchains themselves. And like I said, normally all three will run together, and it's not very often you'll see either or run without the other ones. And something I always like to pay attention to is, what is Bitcoin doing on the day? Is it moving up? Is it moving down? Is it doing anything crazy? And it just goes to show Bitcoin's not controlling this show. It really is just, and we've earned this. We have put in the work, we've hodled, we have seen FUD, we've seen all kinds of mischief and mayhem unfold around the whole Lunar Classic, just ideology behind everything. And we, like I'm saying, we deserve this. We deserve it more than most cryptos, in my opinion, because we've actually put in considerable amount of work to get this to where it is today. So, a huge pat on the back to all of you. It's really important that you always understand that your role in this is so important, and for anyone to sit there and say, we're responsible for this, we did that, everybody played a role, even down to people like Lunkdao keeping on top of TFL and ensuring they were doing the correct things that they should be doing in order to be getting the correct outcome. So looking really good. And like most of you, I want to see this coin absolutely shred upwards, and like we've been doing recently, just going up, kind of crabbing for a little bit and then looking for another nice move upwards. Let's tap refresh on that. Let's go over to the governance system. And what I want to talk to you folks is the difference between a proposal that shows up here and a proposal that doesn't show up here. When they show up here, they're whitelisted, they have an Agora text, they've been confirmed, the community's spoken about it on Agora, which is where you put your white paper for your proposal that you want to put up. So all of these ones that you see here likely don't have an Agora text with them whatsoever. That's why they're not whitelisted. But as you can see, Lunk's not cheap anymore. So this is, I think it's around, it's got to be getting near £80 maybe. So that's about $100. I don't know. Someone check. Let me know in the comment section. But that's how much it costs to create one of these. So it's not cheap, but at the same time, when people do these like this, they don't really ever get anywhere because you've not got an Agora text. You've not explained it to validators enough. There's not enough room in this box really to explain it. So anyone that wants to actually propose something, make sure that you actually understand how you propose something in the first place. And when you tap new proposal, you'll see that it will say upload proposal only after the forum discussion on agoraterra.money. And there's loads of discussions on here at the moment. One of them obviously being the, oh, this is on the mainnet, isn't it? Why is this taking us to the mainnet for? That's so silly. Need to get that looked at by the TR team. Let me just copy that over. Give me 1 second, folks. Just want to put that down as a bug. Cool, back on track. So that was really good. Found a bug there together. So just as simple as that, finding a little bug, reporting it in TR to the correct person, and hopefully getting it addressed in the future. It kind of goes into like the back end pile, and eventually someone will pick it up and go, right, I'm going to fix this now. So let's go back to the all important screen, which is the price of Terra Classic. And lots of people talk about the moon, don't they, and going to the moon, but you don't need to realistically need this thing to go absolutely haywire, like all the way to the moon for you to get serious gains. And some people might have their limit at, you know, 20 grand and they're out. That's it. They're just going to sell and they'll get out at that point. They're happy with that. They can get a mortgage, like they can pay a down payment on their mortgage, and they take that as a win and walk away. And this is normal. Not everybody's in it for the long run, and that's totally normal. Some people have got their whole game plan. Well, everybody's got their game plan. It's totally normal to have a game plan and an exit plan and want to be in it to make money, because that's what crypto is all about. So here we go. Have we got a rejection? Are we going to ascend? What do you folks think? We're going down, we're going up. What's going on? Up, down, up, down, up, down. So yeah, this USTC situation that, well, it's not really a situation because it's not a proposal, okay, folks? It's not an Agora text. There needs to be a lot more information put up about it before it can even get anywhere. But what we know for sure is the burn tax is coming. I've spoken to Vegas. He has been on a flight throughout the night. I think he's been heading back to the UK. He will be on later today. I was going to do it in the morning, but I wanted to not stress him out too much. So yeah, I'll be happening this evening. We'll be getting up for you then. And a lot of reinsurance coming from Vegas. And the issue that a lot of people see is that the burn tax is going to be ineffective, which it's really weird because from what we can see from all these different people's burn sheets, tax sheets and everything like that, it looks like we're going to burn through a lot of Lunar Classic. And we all know the only way to get Binance to implement the 1.2% burn tax is to have it implemented on chain first. That was kind of the unwritten rule that pretty much Binance had openly said. Well, it was CZ who actually said it, but we know that Vegas is in connect with the correct people, and There's never a time in my mind where I doubt Vegas or his decisions. I've always stuck by him, and I will always stick by him because he's always been truthful to me. He's never lied to me. He's never misled me. And many people do this in the crypto space. It's totally normal. Many people do this in just the day-to-day workings of the world. But yeah, it's always nice to believe in the 1.2% burn tax because I believe in it, because I understand how much work's gone into it, and to try and remove or reduce it right now is just what is called not so much shooting yourself in the foot, but kind of shooting yourself in the foot, because we've not only voted on this once but twice. And realistically, if you want to really get down to the fine niggly piggly sort of like bits, you could call it 3 times, because you've got it once here and again here, and then you're going to have to vote on it one more time, aren't you, for the actual setting of the tax rate. And the biggest issue people put out there is that it's going to be too much. So the 1.2% is actually going to be too much, but this is the good thing. It's changeable. We can always adjust to ensure that we're making sure that we're not killing all of the apps, the validators on chain and things like that. But from what I can see rewards wise, the validators are getting plenty. Most people who are staking coins are getting plenty of rewards, and it's just as simple as that. 145 people in now. I really appreciate you all just showing up. I'm absolutely shocked. Let's get back over to Terra Classic quickly. We'll just see what's going on. I think it's a slight rejection. I'm going to have a sip of my drink. I'm not going to mention what I'm drinking today because you might think that I am advertising it, and I'm not. But they are really good. Much better than drinking a Red Bull. So, let me know in the comment section. Are we ascending upwards? We going downwards? What is this? Fake out, make out, break out, dead cat bounce, alive cat bounce? What do you think? So going back to the whole 1.2% burn tax situation. And like I said, you've not only voted once, but twice, and possibly you could call it a third time, all in all. You've earned it, you're owed it, you deserve it, and it's what the community want, and it needs to be played out so we can collect as much data as we can to understand better about burning cryptocurrency coins. Because I'm sure if you type into Google, why do you burn crypto coins, or does burning crypto coins push the price up? It's kind of there's not a definitive answer, so to speak. You don't have that answer. No one can say yes, no one can say no. There's no solid data to prove that it does or it doesn't, because SHIB's always been the main focus of the burn kind of side of cryptocurrency. So burning 589 trillion coins is a great deal more than what we have to burn. So it's going to be a lot easier to track and collect data on exactly how this burn tax is going to work and how it's going to affect things. So it's really important for you folks to always understand that if something is wrong with the burn tax, like I said, and it's too big, it's too heavy of a tax, it can always be changed. And that's the beauty of governance. And I still keep seeing people saying, well, you know, it's proposal after proposal after proposal, and that's governance. That's the beauty of it. It's, you vote on things because it's not a dictatorship. It's not, someone doesn't get the final say. No one entity can control the overall decision of the blockchain. Yeah, for sure. Someone could open 5 validators nodes and have all of them at 20% and absolutely control it. But at some point, I hope Terra Rebels put some thought into that, because that, in my opinion, is a serious problem. Might just be me. Might just not be me. But yeah, something to really think about there, folks. Now, the community pool burn. We're going to speak about this in a sec. Let's just kind of loiter around the price for a second. And if you haven't tapped that like button, folks, consider tapping the like. It really does help the algorithm. It helps us find more people. Well, it helps them find us, actually. So, and I'm still trying to just figure YouTube out. It's such a myth in itself, so to speak. Now, how much do you think we're still up? Do you think we're still up a considerable amount? Do you think it's not too much? I always like to go from the swing low to the swing high. So, hang on a sec, let's drag this up a bit. There we go. See what the bottom of this line is. Oh, not the best mouse for this. So, 360... Damn DPI. 379% up. All the way to the top, from the swing low to the swing high, which is outstanding. It's not much down from that now, and I'm just going to say it. I want it to go to the moon, just the same as every other person. And from what I figured out on a market cap scale, we can get up there. And with the Ethereum merge coming this month, it could all just be that perfect storm, all of those perfect catalysts to make the perfect environment for everything to just start going crazy. And a lot of people may not have been in crypto for long enough to see when the crypto fear and greed index goes all the way up to euphoric. And it's just insane. There's gains to be made everywhere when it's like that. It's just everything just gets dragged up, and you get altcoin seasons and all those kind of things. But we are a layer one coin, folks. Never ever forget that. Anyone that labels us as a meme coin, we're not a meme coin. We're a layer one coin. We're the same as Bitcoin. Other coins are built from our coin. So as you can see, we've got the HCC Let It Burn validator node coming soon. We've got a countdown for you folks. If you ever need to know when it's coming, if someone asks you when it's coming, when it's happening, you can find all the information you need right here. I'm currently building a website pretty much for the node itself, just to give it, you know, that exact professional look that it needs. And I think it's really important for the professionality to be maintained when you are a validator, and not doing all kind of quirky, kooky, kind of edgy things to draw people in and do something different. I just want to be here. I want to provide sustenance for the blockchain. And I know a lot of people will probably be out of this once they've burnt or whatever, but I'm here for once that's done. And say once the validators know that there's no more coins to burn, the job's done, the validators node will then continue to ensure the blockchain runs smoothly. And it's as simple as that. It will do that the whole way through. And it's all about providing utility, sustenance, onboarding new projects, because that's the idea behind our validators node. It's not to just go crazy and burn everything. It's to set aside a percentage for treasury each month, so we are able to onboard dApps. We're able to provide runways for new projects, new utilities that are wanting to onboard onto the blockchain, and also being able to send good amounts to burn. And I think LunkDAO's is 49%. Can someone correct me if I'm wrong there, but I think it's 49%. Thank you, Navigator Internet. I really appreciate that donation. Let's make Lunk great again. I think we are. I don't think we are. Compared to where we was when this all first started and when we first came about, it was just absolute chaos. And even now, with all of the roads, the roads we've walked down, the left-hand turns we've taken, the right-hand turns we've taken, the speed bumps we've got to, the roadblocks we've got to, and we've moved them out of the way, we've got past them, we've put our differences aside, and we've got together in this huddle, and we are making Lunk great again. What do you folks call Lunar Classic? How do you say L-U-N-C? How do you say it? Do you say it Lunk, or do you just say L-U-N-C? Some people call it Lunacy. So many different kinds of ways to call coins. I feel like I'm back at school with all the different kind of slang words and things like that. I just can't keep up as an old man anymore with the hip kids. So the community pool. Now, I put an Agora text up for this. It was pretty well written out. A lot of people did poke holes in it, which is totally understandable for people who are not too much in the know. But the good thing about the community pool burn is no one ever followed it through. No one actually ever created a multi-series or multi-signature set of wallets to handle the pool burn once a month, every month. And we've never seen a burn from the community pool, so to speak. Still building up now. It's really important we get the community, and I'm going to be putting the proposal up very soon for it. I'm just waiting for the right time. It's very important that the community agree to just erase that part of the proposal, because it's never been implemented so far. There's been nothing designed to do it. So as far as it's gone between me and Ed is words, and it can be as easily reverted with a proposal saying, we don't want the community pool burn to happen. And a lot of people on my Agora text were straight away saying, well, you know, you're going to be removing all of the rest of these other great things we've enabled. And it clearly states in the proposal, it just removes the community pool burn. Nothing else. It could even be redistributed to DApps or to the, it always slips my mind, the Oracle rewards pool. There we go. It's because there's a shopping centre where in a town I've been to before, and it sticks in my head every time I go there because it's a really nice place. So don't know why I always forget that, but yeah, very interesting. And if you don't know what the Oracle rewards pool is, it's where your rewards come from your staking, and as you can see, it is going down. It's going to last for around a year and a half, but by the time we even get a year into this, a way will be figured out to keep funding the pool. The pool does get funded in loads of different ways currently, and we have been through that in a video, but we'll do another video on it soon and break it all down for you because it's quite an in-depth thing. If you didn't catch the video today on DApps, I think it's a really good video, and it kind of breaks down how easy and simple it is to create a DApp on board through the blockchain with any kind of great idea you've got. And blockchains are great technology. It's like CZ Binance calls it the .com era, and I also like to refer to it as the .com era as well, because there's this new cool technology that's been created. No one really knows the limits of this technology, of what it can do. And if we look at the internet, when we started with dial-up, you know, with the noise, well, you know, because the videos used to start with it, but back then it was just funny junk, mini clip. I mean, I used to play a game called Truck Dismount. There was so many different websites for doing all these cool different things, and then MSN came about, and it was groundbreaking. And then going from the days of MSN to where you're sat there now and you have everything you need to hand on your smartphone device. It's as simple as that. So yeah, thank you, Cameron, for that. Gifted 10 HappyCattyCrypto memberships. What is that? That's a new one. I haven't seen that one, Cameron. Interesting. Can someone explain to me what that is? I'm confused. Concerned about recent calls for possible minting more coins, which will be disastrous in my opinion. Right, folks, listen to me. It's not happening. Period. Like, it's just not happening. It's not a proposal. It's not even a white paper yet. Okay? As far as I'm aware, and I spoke to Alex in the USTC revitalization channel, and he said to me there's more white papers to be created, but he was more just trying to get the feel out there for how the community felt about it. There's a lot more work to be put into it. So trust me, folks, it's not happening. All that's happened is an AMA was done, which was kind of silly in my opinion, because it shouldn't have really been put out any further than internally inside the Terra Rebels Discord, but that's not my decision to make. It's my own personal opinion, and it could cause a big divide if it gets out there too much and too many people get hold of it that like to FUD and make up all kinds of mischief from things like this. Was gifted a membership. Oh, so it's gifting people memberships. Okay, wow. Go you, Cameron. Wow, thank you. That's really cool. awesome guy, absolute awesome guy. Can't say enough about Cameron. Hangs around a lot in our Terror Rebels. Part of the family. You're all part of the family. It's plain and simple. We are one big huddle of penguins, and it's as simple as that. And some people are like, what, we're not penguins? And I say to them, it's just an analogy. And I've always thought of it this way, always, and just always will. Thanks again, Cameron, for that $10 donation. I really appreciate it. I don't do live streams often, and I should do them more, because it's unfair for you folks just to not have all these other live stream influencers kind of do it every day, and they're just pumping. I don't understand what they talk about every day over and over, but I guess they have big bags. They can kind of talk about their bags and stuff like that, and it's their lives, it's their passions for most of them. The ones that don't, you know, FUD and do all kinds of strange stuff, but there's some really good ones out there. I really do support a lot of them. I did really like the way DJ Trev conducted his AMA. It was so professional, the way he handles himself, the questions he asked, very, very good. And I always appreciate DJ Trev, because it's not easy to do just anything in the posting YouTube content space, and it's not easy, and he does everything on camera as well. And I always say to people they're very brave for doing that, because my agreement was with my son's mother that I would never ever show my face, because she was scared that someone would end up figuring out who he is. And you know, the internet's a crazy place, so it's in my best interest to obviously protect my own family. So literally, I can't explain to you how crazy the cat's going right now. You probably can't hear it. She's literally just running up and down the desk with a mouse, a toy mouse, of course, in her mouth. And if you've been watching the content recently, she's so chirpy. She runs up to the microphones and like, and it's like in a small sound booth now, as to try and prevent the echo as much as possible. So come on, Link, move upwards. Even if it sort of halts here and just sort of subtracts sideways, but slightly upwards or slightly downwards would be really cool, because I was watching it this morning, and I've been awake since about 2 a.m. Yeah, so about then, and I was watching it, I was thinking this is leading up to something. I was watching the MACD, and it was kind of doing the signs that indicate it's moving upwards, and then the Binance hot wallet was buying coins as well. Which is really, really good to see. So you can see that. You see there. That was a really big mouthful, Jay. I really need to figure out my English a little bit better. As you can see, it added 16 billion coins just from when I refreshed. So that can attribute to it. I've noticed coins being moved from this wallet to staking, which is obviously users' coins being moved to stake, are actually helping the price move upwards, because the coins are being, like, I was trying to explain this to one of my friends and he couldn't quite grasp it. And the fact that everybody who staked their coins may not have heard our videos, or they may have missed the videos where we've mentioned, you know, it's best to leave some on a CEX so you can profit on these pumps, possibly sell out at the top with a very small amount, and then buy back in at the bottom and just keep playing it up and down, up and down. That's what a lot of day traders do. They kind of find a cryptocurrency that's moving, and then they kind of just pick good buy-ins, good sells, and kind of just watch how the overall market's going. Just going to take a sip of my drink, folks. I don't believe how dry your mouth goes. Keep talking. Woo wee. It looks like it could be printing a flag. Can be seen as a bullish or bearish sign. I would think in this case it looks like it's going to keep ascending. I think it possibly could keep ascending. That's my own personal opinion, not financial advice, but that's just what I possibly think could happen. Let me know what you folks think. What do you think? Could it move upwards? Are we going to hold here for a while? What do you think? Another thing to note about the Lunk Penguins website is we've never ever put any advertisement on here, and a lot of people have said to us to do it, and we just don't ever want to make the website look unprofessional. And the way that the website was built, it was always built as kind of an experiment at first. It wasn't something that started the way it was. It started off as a couple of graphs, a couple of tickers, and that was about it. And we've kind of just transformed it over time. And it's I love that we brought this to you, the community, and the guy behind this, which as you can see in the bottom left hand corner, he's amazing. And when I say he's amazing, he makes my dreams a reality. And it's as simple as me saying to him, hey, could we get a counter up for the Let It Burn node, because people are really asking all the time, when is your node being created? And within a matter of half an hour, he messages me straight back and he's, yep, all done, Jay. No, not a problem. Is there anything else you need doing? He's always there. He's such a good, he advises me on all of my technical decisions for the node. I always feel blessed to have met people like him and all of the people that I've met in the crypto space. And I always wake up and I feel blessed to have you, the community, and just all of you supporting me at all turns and at all times, and watching the content and giving me the ability to keep doing this, because it is a full-time job now. It is wake up in the morning, this is what I do now, and it's not required of me to do it, but it's my duty to keep you folks informed and as safe as possible as I can. And it's as simple as that. And going back over to this proposal, okay folks, it's not a proposal. Okay, whatever Matthew Perry spoke about today and whatever was spoken about on DJ Trev's AMA, they're not proposals. It's kind of bad wording, but I get it, because it may seem like that to outside people. So no offense intended to either of them, but it's just like a piece of paper. It's not really a white paper, as so to speak. It was just kind of a feeler kind of thing, and the whole just seeing the words mint is enough to just make anybody go running. And there's just no trust there, in my opinion, for USTC, because we have the issue with the supply. And as you can see, actually, USTC is opening up nicely, which is good. I bet you the whale holders are loving it. Now, whether this be right or wrong, a little bit incorrect, a little bit not correct, this, that, and the other, we can't discredit it. We can't discredit the fact that the top 100 holders own 89.86% according to CoinMarketCap. Whether that be right or wrong, it's just one of those things you can't not. You have to acknowledge the fact that that is the situation. And like in the proposal, it says about pretty much changing all the USTC coins out there in users' wallets automatically to Lunar Classic coins. And you would obviously need to put a proposal through to be able to do that. And I honestly wouldn't see these whales being very happy having their coins they've probably spent a lot on because they've got plans or whatever, and having it turn into Lunar Classic. That you'd be livid, wouldn't you? Especially if you were one of these top 10 holders that own 66%. So this would mean the Binance Hot Wallet would have all of its USTC taken and turned into Lunar Classic, according to this person's white paper. And he is a dev for Terra Rebels, and Zardar did back the plan up as far as what I could make out in the AMA, but at the same time, it's not happening. And it's as simple as that. And you know, it's quite surprising to see certain people backing this up. And funnily enough, Fatman Terra is actually in the USTC revitalization section talking about it, which is not a surprise really to me. Surprise! Yeah, no. So as to this hot wallet, it's, you would have thought more coins would have gone to stake than what has, but the amount that this wallet's gone up by in value is insane. Like, it's insane. Obviously, you 3x'd this thing's 3x'd as well. So, whoa wee. Looking really good on the chart, in my opinion. I always like to see slow kind of movements, not where you kind of seeing it go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I've watched some crazy charts over my many months of being in the crypto space. So let me know in the comment section how long you've been in the crypto space for. Are you an OG? Have you been in this since the sheer beginning? Were you buying stuff on the deep dark web? Are you one of these people that maybe bought a pizza with Bitcoin? What do you think about the merge? Let me know in the comment section, folks, and let me know what you're sipping on. I can't let you know what I'm sipping on, but you can definitely let me know what you're sipping on. And if anyone's broken their back, kudos to you for showing up to this live stream. 285 viewers in here. Give the little like button just a little tap, just a small one, not big, just small. Looking at Kronos now. Kronos bugs me as a coin. Does anybody else get bugged by Kronos? It really bugs me. It's just one of those coins that it entraps so many people, and it just doesn't do anything unless Bitcoin or Ethereum sort of running. So would like to see more movement from this coin in the future, because I have a Ruby tier card, like most people do, just to get cash back and, you know, be part of the crypto space, so to speak. So everything else is running apart from Wrap Luna, of course, because it's... What do you folks think? Yeah, I don't like Crow. Yeah, me neither. Like, legit. Like, it annoys me how they're like, oh, you know, you can get $25 if you sign up. And it doesn't work like that. And then one of my friends, they came to my house and they were like, dude, I've staked £300 worth. Why isn't it giving me my bonus? I was like, because you need to stake it through the actual, like, Crow earn bit. And he's like, what's that? It just told me to stake it, so I staked it. It's like, I know it's terrible. They really do get you good on crypto.com. But I do like the diamond system. There's loads of little things that I like, and you're never going to get everything you want on one exchange. It's just, well, you might in the end, like Google provides pretty much everything, but there's other platforms out there for different stuff, and you're always going to have a choice, aren't you? So decentralization after all, isn't it? A British YouTuber is extremely bullish on Kronos. Ooh, don't know about being extremely bullish on it. I wouldn't go that far. So, Big Ted, welcome. Thank you, Big Ted, for your donation. DDR, thank you so much. How's it going? I am going pretty well. I just wish I could get out of this flat more, but sadly it's kind of like look at the pigeons out the window for me at the moment and watch the cat. My favorite thing to do at the moment is pretty much just chill with my cat, because I just can't do anything. So it's nice to just relax when you can't, you know, there's no point getting stressed about things like this. There's nothing I can do about it. So folks, do you know what epochs are? If you don't know what epochs are, they happen every 7.7 days. They're normally things that land on epochs. So when something's submitted to the blockchain via a parameter proposal, if it passes, it will then land on an epoch, which is every 7.7 days. So depending on how far it is away from the epoch, it could land, I think, a day after. Thanks again, Navigator Internet, for that donation. I really appreciate you all who are donating. You honestly, you don't need to. You're all just more than enough for just everything that you do. Honestly, just showing up, supporting it, it's more than enough. Just honestly, you're all just like, you give so much to YouTubers, like you wouldn't believe it. Honestly, you just wouldn't believe how much you give to them just by showing up, tapping the like, watching the videos, and just supporting them. And a lot of people go around and say, well, what can I actually do for you? And you're already doing so much for us. So yeah, folks, if you've got anyone that's saying to you about this proposal or whatever that's being spoken about, just tell them what I've told you. It's not happening. The burn tax is happening. Me and Vegas are going to be going on and shilling the life out of it tonight, because that's right, we do shill the burn tax, because it's actually going to happen. And the good thing is that leading up to all of this, it's not like we're going in blind. We know Binance has spoken about this many of times, even slipping up with a 1.3% burn tax, and then Zardar whitelisting the wallets, and it's not something they can get out of, in my opinion. They have to see it through and at least allow it to, because there's a few of the devs that are just outright saying it's going to fail, and it's horrible to see people saying that without actually allowing it to happen. And you know, anyone's welcome to join the Terra Rebels Discord, by the way. I'll drop the link in the description for you all. In the description, I'll drop it in the chat box and pin it. Here we go. Okay, so it's in the chat and I'm going to pin it. If you want to pretty much, you know, see any of the kind of stuff that's going on with the USTC thing, head on over, tap the USTC revitalization section in the link portal drop down, and you can get pretty much all of your answers in there. And there's so many people in there that are showing real yo catty when Lambo, legit when Tesla. That's what I'm saying. I don't want a Lambo. I would like a Tesla, please. So then I don't have to ever drive. Well, I think you have to do. Are they fully drive? Can you just, I think you have to stay awake though, don't you? I think they actually have a thing to ensure that you stay awake, right? It knows if you start to fall asleep and then it'll pull the car over. Man, Teslas are cool. I mean, it has a showboat mode where it does like some crazy show thing. I really like the whole electric car thing, not using petrol. And if you didn't know this, our node is going to 100, we hope it's going to be carbon neutral, or even better, it will be, you know, reducing its carbon footprint more than zero, so to speak. So I really want to always ensure we're doing that, because emissions is a huge thing, and there's such a huge campaign against crypto and mining and all of that kind of stuff, and it just needs to have a bit of good light shown on it and stuff like that. Do you know, I always look at other projects and really like study them, but I never really talk about them. But I study a lot of different crypto projects, and I just can't find one that's as strong as the one that we formed. It's just every other project that's walked the line that we're walking has failed, fallen, and never ever gotten back up. It's as simple as that. I'm just going to shake my drinks, folks. Didn't want to. That probably sounds absolutely horrendous when I was shaking that. Sorry. So yeah, you get a really dry mouth when you're doing live streams. Probably because I'm nervous. It's teetering, isn't it? Really is carbon negative. Ian, that is the exact word I was looking for. My brain couldn't find it, so I really appreciate you backing me up there. That is the exact word, carbon negative. That's our aim. And like I said, the good thing about our node is it's community led, it's community run, it's a burn node. It provides utility, security for the blockchain. And the best part is, as you folks know me, okay, it's not like I'm some validator that's on a list that you don't know. Like, you know me, you know that if you've been following me from the get-go, that I'm not about FOMOing people in. I'm not about tricking people or clickbaiting people in. I don't need to clickbait people in. I'm here to educate people, not ruin people's minds by making them buy into something that's running. And my opinion is, if anyone sat there thinking, I'm going to sell, like this guy, look, I'm tempted to buy 9.7k, good or bad, depending on what, if it was running. You don't buy into something that's running. It's as simple as that. You buy in at an entry level, and this could be seen as an entry level if it went all the way upwards, but who knows what the perfect entry level is. But the way I see it is, I try and get the majority of my bag at the beginning, and it's always going to be one of those ones. You're always going to wish you bought more Lunar Classic coins, and it's as simple as that. So At what time will you and Vegas be on tonight live? No, we won't be on live. I don't tend to do live streams with people because it puts too much pressure on them, in my opinion. But I will ask Vegas if he would like to go live tonight. Let me know in the comment section. In fact, should I put a poll up? Should we do a poll or not? Let's do a poll. Okay. Should HCC X Vegas? Oh, capitals should. Yes. What do you reckon, folks? Should we go live tonight or not? I think it would be good, to be quite honest. Not a bad shout. I don't normally like to put them under pressure, but it seems they've been doing live streams of other people. The space, Twitter space with Wall Street Bets, which was completely stupid in my opinion. And it sucks that I didn't get invited to that. It really did irritate me. I think you should have Matthew Perry on too. Matthew Perry's always welcome on this channel. Always. He knows that. He's got a direct line to me at all times. And did TFL merge the code? Not as far as I'm aware, but I can check the dev discussions. It would have probably been put in there. So as far as I'm aware, I think there's 3 bits more of the code to merge, but it's not complicated. That's the thing. It's not complicated. I think it worked out as 300 lines of code from what I looked at, from what myself and the developer that I work with could see. It was around 300 lines of code. It wasn't something that was overly complex. It was, yeah. So hopefully track a little bit sideways possibly for an hour or two and then see an ascension upwards. Really enjoying the current price movement. It's, like I said, we earned it. There were so many people saying, when are we going to get our pumps? When are we going to get our pumps? When is it going to move upwards, Jay? And now is that time. I can say to you, like, it looks like it is moving upwards. So I have my Luna Classic wormhole, my Trust Wallet. I know Binance won't accept exchanges as of the 7th this month. Am I safe? Do I need to move or transfer? Really new in crypto. I can't advise you, but the only thing I can say to you is I use crypto.com for, you know, if I was going to sell some Luna Classic, I'd probably send it either there or Kraken to sell it. Jay, I woke up this morning and my coins were undelegated. I did not do it. It was lunked down Orion money. Do they ever do it automatically, or perhaps I was hacked? Do change my password. Yeah, normally you can only undelegate your coins as far as I'm aware if you put in your password, but I'll have to check on the actual Terra docs to see if that is the current situation. Why are you staring at me for, Happy? But yeah, you kind of need to gauge the current situation. So we'd love to see you on Matthew Perry on a joint live stream. Yeah, and I mean, I'm just so busy a lot of the time with a lot of the different things I do. But like, I think he does a lot. Does he do a live stream every day? Is it every day apart from the weekends, right? So it's like Monday to Friday, a live stream. I think for 2 to 3 hours, something like that. I just don't do that many live streams because there's so many things that I have to just keep going through all the time. And with the node being set up and walking the route of becoming a DAO and setting up the actual steering group Discord itself, which I'm very fortunate because I had Clan Mudhorn pretty much build the Discord out for me. But since then, it was kind of like I have to make my own tweaks to it. There's so many different things. Allocating roles to the correct people and making sure that SG is moving in the correct manner. And you'll be happy to know we're going to have a voting system. So the whole community that delegate with us are going to be able to vote pretty much through a system that's going to be figured out. And it's going to be really, really good because no one will be able to cheat our node internally. It's all done through parameter change proposals, and it's exactly the same as Terra Station. Like, it couldn't be any more the same. It just doesn't have the same look, but it does exactly the same as what Terra Station does, apart from R1 controls our node. And if they wanted to change, say, the commission rate from 5% to 4%, they could put a parameter change proposal up, vote it through as yes, and then it would do it. No one would need to go in and manually change anything. It would automatically be done from the parameter change proposal as long as it was coded correctly. But at the same time, the whole SG has to vote for it accordingly. So really, really good, because this is something Vegas spoke about a long time ago. What feels like a long time ago now is about community-led nodes being built. And that's when I obviously thought to myself, I have to hand my node to the community. It was the most normal thing to do, in my opinion. So people don't just look at it and go, well, you know, it's just him behind it. He runs it all. He runs the show. And I really wanted to show that not only am I part of this community, but I'm willing to give my idea to the community. I'm willing to build something and give it to the community. It's as simple as that. And, you know, I'm stuck at a pretty much, I wouldn't say I'm so much stuck with what to do with the node after it's finished burning, but it's more like, what does the node then want to go on to become itself, on top of providing utility, sustenance, onboarding dApps and things like that? Will it become its own system itself? Will it then go on to, you know, build apps for the blockchain, dApps for the blockchain and things like that? I myself am currently working on an application, and it's got a long way to go before it's ready, but at the same time I'm working on it, and I'm pretty much going to be hiring an extra person to do a lot of the pretty much front end stuff for this application and help me with a lot of the coding stuff on Rust. But my idea is to pretty much bring an application that will not only benefit the overall Luna Classic community, but it will benefit the Luna community as well. And both communities will be able to use it, because at the end of all of this, you have Luna and then you have Luna Classic. It's as simple as that, and neither coin is going anywhere. And as you can see, if one coin moves, the other coin moves. And it seems to be like this across all three coins. It's very rarely you see, you know, each one running separately. I think I've only ever witnessed it around 2 to 3 times since they've been in sync. And there was a time when even Wrap Luna, we had a charting system and everything like that. And I mean, if you've got Wrap Luna and you don't know about the Terra Shuttle closing, you need to really go and do a Google and understand exactly what the Terra Shuttle is. We have done videos on it. You can go to my YouTube channel and you can search that on the list. So folks, literally just going to nip to the bathroom quickly. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right. I must admit, I'm really good at moving around in my wheelchair now, doing things. So yeah, hey Matt, wow, Matt, hi, welcome to the live stream. I really appreciate you coming on. I really enjoyed listening to you on DJ Trev's live stream the other day. I liked your reaction to the minting of coins and the burn tax and stuff, but all in all, I know that that is not in itself, it's not an Agora text yet, and I know he's got to write out obviously a couple more white papers, so to speak, to put it all together for way further down the line if the burn tax does fail. So I think this is kind of a plan B, so to speak, a fail safe in terms of the burn tax not prevailing, so to speak. Matt, what do you think? Just give us a little idea. Do you believe that the burn tax is going to do what it's supposed to do? You've been in the burn game for quite some time, burning a lot of SHIB yourself, running the SHIB Let It Burn channel. What do you think, Matt? We'll just see what Matt replies to that in the comment section. But I honestly believe burning's the solution to our problem, because our problem stems from our supply. It's as simple as that. It hyper minted that many tokens, and it was the mint to burn feature that did do that. Hopefully Lunk's going to ascend upwards, but not too far upwards before it takes a good breather to sort of track sideways a little bit and then move upwards. And then kind of like I was saying, going back to the burn tax, I honestly believe you will see a reduction in the volume, but it's nothing worse than what we've already been through and what we've already, you know, struggled through all of this time to ensure we got the burn tax, and we all voted for it, and it was validators that ended up voting it through. And I'm sure Orion Money voted on it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure Orion Money voted on the burn tax itself. Let's have a look. Yeah, so they did. So these were all the validators, as you can see, that voted yes to the burn tax. Okay, that is a lot of validators saying yes. And like I say, to go back on their word now after, you know, 2 proposals, a 3rd one coming soon, would just be madness. And it's not something they would do. It's not like that. Like I said, I think it's just a backup plan. I think it's just another plan, and it's always good to have ideas being put forward and to debate these ideas. That's the whole point of discussing and debating things and figuring out things that you don't understand by asking questions that may seem intrusive or a little bit over the top and things like that. But at the end of the day, it's just, no idea is a bad idea. It's just some things could possibly do with a little bit of tweaking. Some people see things from different standpoints as well. Like, I could see Alex seeing things from a dev standpoint and also from a social standpoint, but from the way it kind of seems like people will always see it more from the seat that they're sat in, what they understand, what they believe through what they know and what they understand could and would or might possibly happen. But no one's got a crystal ball, have they? Thank you so much, Mike, for that $10 donation. I really appreciate it, folks. You don't have to donate. You are more than enough just supporting the channel, being here, tapping a like, and yeah, it's just, you do so much. So I really do appreciate the donations, folks. I really do. It shocks me that 200 and something people want to sit here and listen to me talk, but at the same time, there's so much to talk about with Lunar Classic that if we just pumped out so many videos, it would just overload your brain. So it's always good not to oversaturate people's minds with too much at one time. And it's, when this burn tax comes, not only could the burn tax itself have a huge effect, but it's the effect in itself that it will have on the community and the effect it has on people to not FOMO in, but see that there's potential in something because it's got a burn tax, and a lot of people are in it for gains, and they'll see that, well, you know, it's running, they've got a burn tax coming, what could possibly go wrong, kind of thing. And it's not me giving you financial advice, it's just me thinking as an average Joe, as someone stood on the sideline wanting to get some of their dry powder in. And it's all about timing it right. Matt knows this better than anyone, and I was watching his live stream when he bought his coins on it was PancakeSwap, wasn't it, Matt? Correct me if I'm wrong, but it was PancakeSwap. It was one of the best trades I've ever seen happen in front of my own eyes. It was just the perfect time to grab a bag. Like, I was so desperately trying to grab a bag and I was just too slow in the end. So Matt has replied. Let's give it a little read. In part, I do believe it will do a lot of damage to the supply, but I think we will stall in volume after maybe a month or two. However, we just need to keep the interest alive to keep up volume up. Matt, absolutely agree with you there. And don't worry, I'm a pretty slow typer at times. So it's not always about being fast. And I'm the same as you. I read things backwards and it's horrible because in my head it reads it backwards and then I'm like, okay, now say it forwards. I'm just, dyslexia. It gets many of us. So, but yeah, Matt, I believe keeping the interest alive, bringing in new people into the space and educating them is key. And this is the thing that is, like, a lot of people are struggling with it, is, you know, doing the basic things of whitelisting your wallet, moving your coins to Terra Station, delegating your coins, understanding the reward system and that you get more than just Lunar Classic coins. You get USTC on top of those, and you get all these other little coins that you can swap, and you can choose to redelegate those coins or send them back to a CEX for safekeeping. Leave them on a Terra Station. It's totally up to you and what you choose. So it's, thank you so much for that $10 donation, Susanna. Really appreciate it, folks. You really don't have to donate, honestly. Dinosaur Canoe, I would like to know more about Terra Shuttle being shut down. I fully intended to hold my Luna for a couple of years. Okay, yeah, we can cover this. Okay. But yeah, Matt, a huge shout out to Matthew Perry, because, you know, it wasn't so long ago, and Matt knows this, it wasn't so long ago I had 400 or 500 followers and I was just this weird happy catty crypto person to a lot of people. And I know DJ Trev just avoids saying my name in general because it's just like it's such a mouthful for some people. And yeah, anyway, let's get onto this. So this is the Terra Classic official Twitter handle, and it's an important update regarding Terra Shuttle, the steps users are encouraged to take if you own shuttle bridged assets. Here's what you need to know. 2. Terra Shuttle transfers from Terra Classic have been disabled due to high transaction costs. This is the first step towards sunsetting Shuttle completely in the near future. 3. To ensure funds are not lost, users are strongly encouraged to send all Shuttle bridged assets back to Terra Classic as soon as possible. Please note, this does not impact assets transferred with Wormhole. 4. Get the transfer done while you're thinking about it on Terra Classic Bridge. And as you can see, we've got it right here. This is pretty much the Shuttle Terra Classic Bridge, whichever one you want to refer to it as. We'll keep users updated with the exact timing as it becomes available and send reminders across multiple channels as the sunset date approaches. Thanks for taking this action. What I'll do, grab that, leave a link to that in the description for you so you can deal with that if you need to. I'm going to slap a pin on it as well. And there you go. So pretty much you've got your answer there, is shutting down. If you've got Wrap Luna, you need to get it back to the Terra Classic Station and get it turned back into Luna. It's as simple as that. Because once it's shut down, the likelihood of it getting opened anytime soon is pretty slim, considering the amount of backlog that Terra will have themselves. But I know there's a lot of people, excuse the noise, I'm sipping from my drink. I know there's a lot of backlash on Alex's white paper, and you got to give the guy credit. It's not easy to think something up and come up with a plan, put it forward the way he has. So my hat is off to him. If I was wearing one, but I don't, so I'm just gonna say my headset's off to him. Can we say that? We say, Matt, do we say oh, you actually wear a hat? So yeah. We also can't see the price rise too fast. There are too many variables that can either make the supply burn faster or slower, and we can never 100% predict the outcome. We just cross our fingers. Yeah, that's right, Matt. And I mean, with the burn node that's coming in October, with the Lunkdao burn node, Lunatics token absolutely chomping through coins, it's just all round good. There's so many more people burning as well, by the way, folks. It's not just, you know, 4 people. There's a huge list of burners. I myself have sent quite a few coins to burn, but there's loads of people on this list, and there's loads more people that aren't on this list, and we actually have to whitelist people's wallets to put them on here. So if you have burnt a lot of coins, hit us up and we'll get you on there, just like we got Lunk Community Italia on there. It's as simple as that. But yeah, do get your assets, if they're in Wrap Luna, sent back. Not financial advice, but it's just what, you know, it's pretty much telling you that, isn't it? Thanks for the chat. I've got to go. Keep up the great videos. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate you jumping in to our live stream. And just stay safe out there, brother. Beware of scammers and everything like that. And we'll catch you in the next one, broski. 30 Mala, thank you so much for that donation. Folks, thank you so much for all the donations. I really do appreciate it, and you really do not need to. So, yeah. We should start. Yeah, I like that, Matt and the cat. I'd like that, honestly. I want to start a podcast, like a proper crypto podcast that's kind of not Joe Rogan-y, but kind of Joe Rogan-y, and kind of takes a laid back approach to things. Just 2 guys having a chat about current events. But I also thought about starting the podcast and then having people on, like crypto celebrities and things like that. Possibly having the guy that spent those bitcoins on the pizza. I think he would be the best guy to start a podcast with, is the pizza Bitcoin guy. He's amazing. They created a day out of him. What an awesome guy. Oh god, good day to be in crypto, eh? Even better day to be a Lunk holder, LFG, Lunk Penguins. If you're in it to win it. How long are you holding your bag for? I'm going to hold my bag for probably around 4 years, my main bag. And I'm probably going to start, depending on what our gain's looking like, I'll be pulling out in stages, so to speak, and I'll pull out around 60% of my initial profits, and then I'll leave it for a little bit to either run up, run down, wait, and decide again, and then sort of pull out a little bit more. And it's always good not to just go balls deep going in or out, so to speak. It's always good to have a breather, leave room for not error, but if it could go up, if it could go down. So Matthew Perry, what is your gut feeling after the burn is introduced? What happens to the volume? Will FOMO kick in? I honestly believe the volume's going to be fine. I honestly believe that, because I mean, look how much gets traded on Binance. Just look at the volume on Binance for Lunar Classic. It's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, Sassy rocks. Don't tell me what to do, cat. Sorry, boss. Matt and the cat. Yeah, I like that one. That was pretty good. That made me chuckle, I must admit. This is really, really good in my opinion. Well, in all of our opinion. I don't know what I'm saying in my opinion for. Let's get that off. Let's get it down. The measuring tool out. 338%, folks. If you bought, say, at that point, possibly you could have bought lower down. And like I said, I bought my first 4.5 million. I paid £4.80 per million, so it didn't come to much. And you know, I'm always really happy about when I bought my bag on that. And I always, like I keep saying to you folks, I always wish I bought more. It's always one of those things. You always wish you bought more at the time, and you just never know, do you? You sit there and you're like, oh, you know. And with the amount of work I was putting into everything that we did and everything we needed to do to get to where we was, I should have really bought more. But at the same time, you don't have the time to think about these things when you're just, you know, you're so entwined in finding the best information for people and bringing the best that you can forward for the community. So David, you should swap it out. Just go to buy the native link and transfer. Got a price prediction for October? I do not, good sir. Sorry. What I do have for you folks, though, is just positive momentum. And if the merge is everything is cracked out to be, it should just slingshot us up higher. But we've been doing all of this in one of the worst markets that there's ever possibly been in crypto, I would say. There's been some really bad ones, but we've had so many bad things consecutively happen one after the other. Oh wow, thank you so much, Nino, for that €20 donation. I really appreciate it. I've got a question, HCC. Will I be taxed when I undelegate? No. You do not get taxed on undelegations, withdrawal of rewards, and there's one other thing that's not affected. So no, your withdrawing of rewards and undelegating coins you don't get taxed on, as far as I'm aware. Could be wrong. You need to go do your own due diligence on that one, but as far as I'm aware, from what I read in the tax burn white paper itself, which we can actually get up. Hold up. Dooby 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 doo. Yeah, this one. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look. It states in here exactly what... Where's it gone now? There. It states in here exactly what's affected, what's not affected. Ugh. There we go. Right, transactions affected by the tax. So you've got message send, message multi-send, message execute, message swap send, message initiate contract, and message execute contract. Those are all of the transactions affected by the tax. And as you can see, each one explains exactly what it is. I'll post a link to this in the chat for you folks right now, and I'll pin it. Always good to always good to read through these kind of proposals, because the proposals you see a really short hand on the Terra station. This is where the actual information is, and it pretty much breaks down everything. It even gives you the pull requests that related to everything, and you can see what's going on, and they even tell you the pros and the cons. And I mean, this potential deterrent is a bit of a strange one to me, because in my opinion, if I was someone who wanted to get involved in Lunar Classic, I would see the burn tax as a potential for huge gains. So in turn, actually attracting investors. So I think that could be seen as either way. It might just be me, but yeah, it's one of those ones. So yeah, thank you so much as well, Abbas, for that. I don't know what MYR is. Hi boss, is Lunk Portal in the Trust Wallet going to be affected by the Terra Shuttle sunsetting? I mean, I would just play it safe. If you've got Wrap Lunar, it's not financial advice, but I got rid of all of mine, and I held, you know, a decent amount of it at one point, but I just got rid of it all because it's just too dangerous of a ball game to play right now. And we're lucky that Terra Station will let you actually swap for it. So yeah, do stay safe out there with you know, speaking about these kind of things, because you leave yourself open for scams. So make sure you go do your own research, do your own due diligence, and double check everything you're getting told by another person, because you know, people can get scammed so easily. I can't even explain how easy it is to get scammed. I watched someone get scammed this morning on a giveaway. That's how easy it is for scammers sometimes to just jump in there, swoop in, and get it in one hit. Jay, we just hit 500 billion staked. So what you also need to do, and you'll love this, you'll really like this one, go to the staking pool. And as you can see, these are the bonded coins, right? But you need to add what's in the Oracle pool, because these coins are also removed from circulation. Okay, so adding that on, it's more nearer to 1 trillion coins now. I have heard people running numbers of around 1 trillion coins. So just going to grab a drink out of the fridge, folks. 2 seconds. Nothing like going around in a wheelchair in your flat. It's just like as quick as I can. Trying to get my arms up as well, just by like doing as much movement as possible. And like they keep saying to me not to walk and not to do certain things, and it's like, you know, I've got to live. I can't just not use it, because I think if you don't lose it, you don't lose it. What is it with me and the word lose it today? If you don't use it, you lose it, they say in physiotherapy, I think. So yeah, really interesting to see what's going on Twitter right now. Oh, actually, folks, I could treat you to a burn later on this evening, actually. Yeah, we can. How about that? I think we could send 5 mil to burn. I know it's not a huge amount, but it's from our Lunapunk sales that we were donated. And at first it was 50-50, so we were sending 50% back to the donator and then burning 50%, and they just decided to just give them to us, and they said you can burn 100% of them. So we'll burn 5 million this evening for you folks from the Lunapunks auction. So, well, auctions. So kudos to anyone who purchased during the auctions and stuff like that. It all goes to burning as promised. So really good to see that. And we have a little bit more, and we'll do another burn probably later on during the month, just to keep the momentum going at all times. And like I said, it's not nothing huge at the moment, but our node is going to be a game changer. It's as simple as that. And I'm going to ensure that if that node runs smoothly and correctly and the exact way that we plan it, then as much as you folks don't want to hear it, we're going to start a main net node. And then we're going to steal liquidity like Lunkdale does from the main net. And then, sorry about that, I was getting pains in my back. I don't know if you heard that, it's my breath getting taken away. We're going to steal liquidity from the main net, bring it back to the classic net, burn it, and help fund treasuries. And the most important thing on top of burning from our node is providing like a platform, a runway, like an onboarding for dApps, utilities, anything that wants to work on the blockchain, like games that are going to help benefit the blockchain. Because like Lunapunks themselves, the great thing about them is they're built into the system, so they're a utility in themselves. Whenever you move a Lunapunk, you're creating a use case for the Luna Classic coins. What happened to my back? I was on my boat. I was with my friend and his 2 kids. We were pretty much messing around pretty much on this bend. I had the boat anchored and we were just, you know, messing around on the river, having a swim. And then we were all back in the boat and I heard a noise, turn around and I see a boat come steaming around pretty much the bend. And there's no brakes on boats. You can just, you know, either let off the throttle or go into a hard reverse. And you know, it's like he just sped up. And my mate dived off the boat. My mate's 2 kids, we like pushed them down, and by the time I stood back up, I just got hit and taken off of my boat, dragged to the back, and then I pretty much got like churned up by the propeller, and then pretty much it just chopped up my back, and then my back was broke. I got flung into the water, and yeah, it was crazy, but pretty much that's exactly how I broke my back. And I broke it in 3 places, possible 4th place which has been broken, but I need to go back for more scans, more treatment and stuff like that. But yeah, I've been doing all of this with a broken back, and it's not easy. I'm not going to say to you folks it's easy, because how is having a broken back easy? Like, imagine not being able to like even put your own trousers on, and you know, I have to use a litter picker, as stupid as that sounds. I drop what I want to put on my legs on the floor, and then I pull them up with the litter picker until I can grab hold of them and pull them up. But it's just the way things are, and it does get stressful for me, but at the same time I don't let it judge my future. I don't let it dictate my future, because it's something that's in the past and it's out of my control. All I can do is keep pushing on, keep providing the content as I was before, and even with a broken back, it's not going to stop me. And the second I was out of my pretty much surgery and everything, I put a video up as soon as possible. And I haven't even gone back and listened to that video, but if you haven't, there is a video of me in hospital on my hospital bed. But I probably don't sound good, but yeah, it's just one of them ones. Thanks, folks. I appreciate you asking. Let's get back on track. Stop talking about my silly back injury, Jay. Get back on track. So all 3 coins are moving, folks. Do not, and this is not financial advice, but this is something that someone said to me. They moved a load of coins into USTC and then decided they wanted to move them back, and they was just thinking, you know, it's a one-to-one thing, and by the time they moved their coins back, they had lost 3 mil in coins, which is not a small amount at the moment. It's as simple as that. Loads of people will say, well, no, yeah, it's really cheap, but it's not. And me, Lunkdao, and other people that have been burning will always say it's getting more and more and more and more expensive. And it's a good thing, because as your rewards go down, in theory, the price should go up. So even though your rewards are going down, the price is going up. So it kind of counterbalances itself. How much are you staking and who are you staking with? So I upped my staking amount pretty recently in that last dip we had there. I upped my bag just down there to 10 mil. I'm staked with all nodes, Lunkdao and Orion Money at the moment. And the reason why I don't want to move right now is because obviously I'm going to be redelegating my coins to our Let It Burn node. But at the same time, your rewards are higher depending on what block you staked on. So if you staked on some crazy, really early block, you're going to be getting really good staking rewards, especially if you don't, because once you redelegate your coins, I'm pretty sure you don't have that same block that you delegated on. You delegate on a new block. So yeah, it's at the moment, it's one of those ones. But yeah, I have 10 million coins now. I pushed it up to 7.9 million the last time I topped up my bag, which was way back down here. Yeah, I think I caught it just down here, around there, topped up my bag. And I took up to 7.9 million. I made that public, but I just haven't done a breakdown of my current crypto holdings. But I'll do a breakdown now. I'm holding, how much am I holding? £300 in Crow, because I just upgraded to the Ruby card, because I really wanted to get the better, you know, tier system, and hopefully one day be able to get the $3,000 one, because it's kind of like Google, isn't it? At some point this is all going to become mainstream, and people are going to go to Google and they're going to go, it's crypto, and it's going to come up and go crypto.com, because they picked the perfect name. And I know Binance is the top exchange, but you know, sorry, I just put an eye drop in my eye. There was many search engines that were amazing back in the beginning of all of like the browser, the search engine wars. God, there was so many search engines, you wouldn't believe it. And it's just Google does everything now. It does your Gmail, it can do everything. It can do your spreadsheets, it can do pretty much everything, and it's integrated into nearly every phone. If it's an Android device, Google's integrated into it in some way, shape or form. And I solely believe that either Binance or crypto.com are going to take exactly what Google have done, but they're going to do it to the crypto space. But it wouldn't surprise me if someone like Google ends up doing something like that, because they know exactly what needs to be done in these kind of situations. They've walked similar roads in the .com era. They understand the evolution of technology, and that's what Google Carbon's all about. If you don't know what Google Carbon's all about, I'll do a video on it soon. Just gonna put another eye drop in, folks. I myself have issues from the pressure that was put on my spine, so sometimes my vision in my right eye goes blurry, so I have to put these weird drops in. It's very strange because it makes everything go black in one eye, but it stops the trailing thing. Can we still keep Lunk on MetaMask after Binance suspends? I mean, you can keep your Luna Classic wherever you want as long as you can store it there. It's all about where can you sell it to, and if you always want to know where you can sell it to, go on to CoinMarketCap, go to markets, go to Lunar Classic, then tap the markets tab, and you can see there's all these places where you can sell Lunar Classic. And in the worst place, crypto.com accepts it. And this whole thing around Binance suspending deposits and stuff like that, it's not going to affect LUNC or USTC. It's going to affect the wrapped side of it, I think, as far as I'm aware, because yeah, it definitely is. Binance are definitely going to still keep on trading it, I'm sure. Well, they have to. Look how many people have got coins on their exchange. It wouldn't make no sense for them to get rid of it if it's all of users' coins, right? Because this has got to be their bread and butter right now, especially in this market. This has got to be really helping them out with the amount of money they'll be making in the fees that they do get. But yeah, really interesting. Folks, do you think this wallet's going to make a huge move when validators are able to be created again? Because I always put it down to, and these are just my own two theories, is that it would either have made a move when staking was re-enabled, or we would see it make a huge move when validators get brought back online, new ones. Because there has to be a point to these coins. There can't just be a mindless plan, no theory behind, just nothing behind it at all. It just wouldn't make sense for it to be like that. So yeah, Sugar Slate, very, very good wording there. Never be afraid to take some profit too, guys. Locks up. So if you're a small bag holder, it's not so easy for you to take profit safely while still feeling like you hold a decent amount, in the case that it did run and did do that moonshot, so to speak. And yeah, it's always good to take profits where you can, like, honestly. But do remember that, you know, there's good profits to be made in these swings. Look, so if you go from the swing high to the swing low, or swing low to the swing high, whichever you want to do, you've got around a 30% gain there. So you could play that pretty well to your advantage on an exchange like Binance. Not so much on crypto.com, because they charge an arm and a leg to trade, you know, a piece of cheese, let alone crypto. So yeah, the other thing in this is about the fees being too high, wasn't it? It's actually detrimental. I'm sure I read somewhere. No guarantees that CXs will burn off chain. Well, of course not. But we do know there's just so much missing out of this. I love you, Ed. I love you lots. I do love you lots. I really don't want to see this unofficial app. But it looks like, because they're waiting for the merge, that definitely is not going to happen. But yeah, Ed, the pros and cons in this kind of, like, they lack like a community standpoint from it, because the burn tax itself could just do an absolute wonder. It could be the thing that really triggers people to just buy, because all of the people who are over at SHIB right now are burning a lot of coins. They're burning a lot of coins. You see it happening daily. They're burning a lot of coins all the time. And for what? For what result? And it's not me calling them out. It's not me pointing fingers, but it's just like 589 trillion coins is crazy. And the devs, I mean, I think Shibarim has a burn tax implemented in it, right? But at the same time, like, this community's been able to take what another community does, but actually make it happen. And when this burn tax gets fulfilled and put through, then it becomes a proper reality of, you know, we did it again with another thing we set out to do, and we actually did it. We provide what we said we would provide to the community that we support, so to speak. So yeah, it's really interesting. I love seeing this as well. Like, loads of people start freaking out now, like, is it over? It's done. And my one pet peeve, I guess you would call it, is this chat system on CoinMarketCap. It just shouldn't exist, in my opinion. It just seems really pointless to have a chat system for people to FUD. And it's like, it's right next to the charts as well. So you get people like now, and then like they'll be sat there and it'll be like refreshing, like, oh, I wonder what other people think. What are other people doing? So yeah, it's always make your own decisions. Don't become a sheep that's guided off of what you read and what you hear. Always do your own research, always do your own due diligence, and always stay with it as much as possible. So this is good. Nice to see a good healthy correction. Like I said, you want to see this track sideways now, just for a little bit at least, because I mean, what does it equate to? And like nearly a 50% pump. Yeah, 45, 44. Yeah. So it's not too bad of a movement so far. It could go a little bit higher, but yeah, really want to see it consolidate. Consolidation's so important in crypto, just so we can keep moving. So as you can see, you've got the MACDs overextended. So I don't know too much on I don't do too much on T and A's, but anytime the MACD normally gets overextended, this other, I think it's called the signal line, if someone can correct me if I'm wrong, needs to catch up. So yeah, probably got that wrong with the signal line, so to speak. Folks, do any of you invest in anything else other than cryptocurrency? I've always invested in small, like, silver bars for some years now, probably around, I don't know, about 10 years. It's just something, you know, I could buy a pack of Pokemon cards every time I go to a newsagent's, just because, and I put them in a box and I forget about them, and then when I'm an older man I can just sort of, you know, pull them out and go, oh, see how much those are worth on eBay now. So it's the same with silver, really. Like, it's a commodity that you own as well. It's like everyone's all about owning your actual money, because when something's in a bank, right, you don't really have it, do you? It's a digital number on the screen. But then people could say that about crypto and so many other things. So it all kind of contradicts itself in that sense with the way it is. And yeah, but this is good. Healthy consolidation. Really like it. As for the Lunk Penguins website, is there anything else that this site's missing, do you think, folks? Is there any kind of addition you think we can make? Oh, these shooting pains, honestly. What I'm really trying to get going is, like, not so much making it look prettier, but making it look prettier, but without stressing the developer out himself, because this thing's built to serve a purpose, not to look pretty. But it's always nice, isn't it, for something to look pretty? Ant Gunner 1 ounce silver coins. Do you get maple, Canadian maple silver coins? What ones do you get? Scottsdale? Are you from the UK? How much is the price of how much is an ounce of silver where you're from? Will the circulating supply get updated on Lunk Penguins? Yeah, and it does. So if you actually go to the circulating supply, we have the Lunk, and we have the unofficial line and the USTC line. So we track it all on here. It might be a little bit behind today because there's lots of things being done to this website currently. So it's always like, when we do this, it happens for the website, it happens for the app as well. So sorry, the app, for the mobile version, so to speak. But yeah, you can ask for a dark and a light design. I would change the header so it shows the price, same as TradingView does. What do you mean? Open in a tab and see that price? I don't understand what you mean. Do you mean the price tickers? Let me know in the comment section. But yeah, don't ever pay attention to any of the non-whitelisted proposals, because they're just normally a load of old nonsense. So the staking power is, in my opinion, kind of starting to balance out, but at the same time, like, a lot of these nodes don't do much marketing campaigns. From what I see, they're not too interested in pushing their nodes out. But that, I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I do kind of monitor a lot of them on a separate account, because obviously I don't like to follow loads of people that I don't know, I don't trust. It could be dangerous for me to follow these people because people might think that I'm friends with them or something like that. So if I want to kind of, you know, keep an eye on what other nodes and stuff like that are doing without having to follow loads of them. I just go on my separate account and have a look to see what they're all talking about. And you know, it really does feel like the Validators Alliance could do with some oomph, some uplifting, a little bit more we can do this attitude, and really getting this list of projects. There's still a list of projects apparently that we don't know about, and it really bugs me as to why they're hiding it. I have a question. I'm staking and it doesn't let me withdraw my rewards. It shows 0 taxes. Have you got any Lunar Classic coins in your wallet to cover the transaction fees? That may be your issue there, Arm to fight you. Need another burn volume graph that shows total burns versus time, so it looks like an upwards tracking worm. Yeah, so we can get that changed if you want. I also don't really like the burn volume chart. It's not the greatest, but at the same time it does serve a good purpose and shows you exactly what you need to see. So you can also see this on the Terra Station, of course. I mean, they don't provide it any much better than we do. Care to mention a top 4 validators you like and trust? Yeah, of course, definitely, absolutely. So of course, Lunkdao. Secondly, MCF. MCF were the first node to come out and support what me and Vegas were doing. Pure and simple. As to who would I recommend next, I'd recommend someone probably like, I would say all nodes, but they've got enough voting power, so possibly someone like, thing is, right folks, you really need to look into these nodes. Interstellar Lounge is a pretty cool one to get involved with. You should do some reading on them. Orbital Command as well. They had spoken about a lot of things, and yeah, they posted some things that weren't so great, but at the same time they're here. Everybody's shown up and everyone deserves to be shown the same kind of stuff. Can I put my lunatics on? What your lunatics token? Definitely can't put that token on Terra Station. No, sir. Thor seems to be having real issues. Who's Thor? Can I put my... Yeah, okay, UK. Yeah, silver coins. No capital gains tax on gold or silver, but you will pay it on bars and non-British silver. Okay. Interesting. I have a question on Ethereum. The burn live on September. We're gonna burn live on September. What do you mean? I don't quite understand. What do you folks think about the Ethereum merge? In my opinion, it could be nothing. It could be a whole Robinhood SHIB thing all over again, but at the same time, it could just be the kickstart, the jolt of electricity, so to speak, for the movement itself. And crypto, the trust, in my opinion, has been restored into Lunar Classic, but definitely not into USTC. That thing's responsible and the reason why we have the supply that we have now. And it's as simple as that. Our position is because we tried to save USTC. We tried to save it while someone was still attacking it. How can we prevent another attack? It's just, in my opinion, the crypto space is not ready for an algorithmic stablecoin quite yet. It needs more time to develop, I think. But at the same time, I could be wrong, and it's just my own opinion, but it's one of those ones in my head where I think about USTC and I'm like, no. Mint to burn? No. Mint coins? No. Turn the minting back on? No. And it's just those key words in your head that, from what we've all been through and the amount of, shouting and pushing and everything at the beginning people were doing about this whole minting of coins and stuff like that, it was just ridiculous, because Do Kwon gave people like a tweet which made them kind of stay in their positions and sort of, hold the line kind of thing, everything would be okay, but it wasn't. Nothing was okay. they sold more Bitcoin, and it just made everything worse, and it made the market crash on top of that, and then just dragged everything with it. And a lot of people sit there and say, you know, where we are now in the crypto space right now in the current market conditions is partly responsible because of what happened with Lunar Classic and the capitulation. And it weren't just USTC that got attacked as well. There was other stable coins that then were attacked afterwards, and it went on for quite some time. And someone was attacking the Tether peg for a few months, as far as I was aware. But do you know if USTC DAO is linked to Lunk DAO? Considering he's got 4 nodes, did he say he's got access to 4 nodes in one of his spaces? It could be him. So you'd have to ask him yourself. I'm pretty sure if you just comment on one of his posts or jump in one of his spaces, he'll be able to answer that for you. But I'll give him a message later on today, and I'll ask him if that is him. But yeah, this is also the worry as well, as you know, a bad actor getting hold of 4 nodes possibly. Have Terra Rebels thought of that possibility when they repeg USTC, and how they're going to hold the peg is such a big like issue, because backing the peg and then obviously having the LFG guard, you would need to seriously diversify the LFG guard in a way that if you needed to sell all of it, it wouldn't affect the market. But you know, so much money's involved in crypto, and the crypto market in itself is very, very small on the broader grand scheme of things right now, that it can just do some seriously bad damage to everything at the moment. Will CEX to CEX is taxable 1.2%? Not at the moment, not until CEX is confirmed, but there are certain transactions that will incur an off-chain kind of tax, but only because it ended up going through Terra Station in some way, manner or form. Any news from TFL on implementation? Ed's waiting for TFL to merge the last of the codes and stuff like that. Duquan's active on Twitter again, is he? I think he's been posting on and off some time now, and it's nice to see the reduction in heat on him, because he needs to be able to speak. You know, he's a human like everybody else, and like I keep saying to people, the mint to burn mechanism minted these coins. In effect, whoever attacked the blockchain minted those coins, because they're the ones that did it. What up HCC, hope you're well, bro. UK to UK, feels good watching the progress, and thank you for all you do. Thank you, 2-Bit Crypto. I really appreciate you being here, and I really appreciate those nice comments. I really do. Another membership was just gifted out by Cameron. I really appreciate you, Cameron, at all times. I just can't thank you people enough. You're just beautiful, all of you are. And the fact that like the likes outweigh the viewers is just, it baffles me that I get such amazing support just from everybody all the time. It will always shock me, because it's one of those ones, you know, I feel like I'm in a dream, and at some point I'm gonna wake up in a big pool of sweat like, woof! That was a strange one. But yeah, what are your thoughts on whether a new stable coin will be created to peg Lunk instead of repeg USTC? Yeah, and I would prefer the creation of a new coin, but I know there'd be so many different kind of things involved in that. But at the same time, I would rather walk that route, because you can't expect every single USTC holder to go, yeah, cool, you know, change all my USTC into Lunar Classic, and say to them, you have to do it. You've got no choice. You cannot force people to, you can't forcibly change someone's assets that they've purchased with their own money. That's not decentralization. Even if all of the validators vote on it, it's not fair on every single person who's got a plan, regardless of them being a whale or anything. You can't just do stuff like that. It doesn't work in that way. But the good thing is that is never going to see the light of day. And what I do hope is someone comes up with a better plan for a possible new stable coin. And, you know, this stable coin could then be dished out, right? This is one of my thoughts that I've had. we could create a burn portal, as to which is an overlay over the burn wallet itself, and we create a new USTC coin, and the coin gets distributed out from an airdrop. A certain amount goes into the pool for the burn portal, and every time you burn Lunar Classic coins, you're rewarded with some USTC coins, the new USTC coin 2.0, whatever you want to call it, and some way create a utility use case via a burn to mint mechanism, because you can have the coins so they're minted, so to speak, as they're being burnt, and then have it the same, so when it reaches that level it could do it. But I don't believe that revitalizing USTC is a good idea. I really don't, and I honestly believe that we could do fine without an algorithmic stablecoin or a stablecoin in general. There's plenty of stablecoins in the market, and it's not like it's hard to get your coins off, you know, Terra Station back onto a CEX to sell them. There's so many other ecosystems that just have a coin. You know, ApeCoin, their whole metaverse. Well, I think they're actually going to go for a stable coin, actually, which is very interesting. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure it could be done without a stable coin for now, and it could be all something that's thought about later. And the issue now is, and a lot of people probably sat there thinking, you know, why does he keep talking about this stable coin, and why is this out there? Why is it a thing? And it's because the developers came out on a AMA on DJ Trev's channel, and they spoke about it. They produced a public piece of paper with loads of different information on it, which has scared a lot of people, and in the right hands that could do some really bad damage, because it could create a split in the community. And the second the community are like, you're kidding, that's come from devs at Terra Rebels, no way would they do that, nah, it's gotta be fake. And then it creates another division of people that don't even believe that it's real, and then people that know it's real, and then people who are just in complete disbelief of it all, and it just all gets out of hand at that point. So yeah, what are the implications for Wrap Luna? Get out, and get out fast. Not financial advice, but get out fast, because they're closing the Terra shuttle. It's as simple as that. I'm just gonna take a sip, folks. It's as simple as that. They're closing the Terra shuttle, so it really does limit your ways to actually get it back into something you can turn it into money, because I don't think, I think Pancake Swap might accept it, but you know, they'll accept anything. Really good bit of consolidation here. Hopefully going to see a crescendo upwards. Sorry, I had to step out. I don't know if you'd answer my question. I have Luna in the Wormhole Trust Wallet. I'm going to have to move it because Binance, the 7th. Binance. Okay, so what part of that is the question? HCC, what are the implications for Wrap Luna? Oh, I've already read that. Jesus, get with it, Jay. What about Luna Wormhole? Folks, if you've got Wrap Luna, you just need to get out of it. It's as simple as that, because they're closing the Terra shuttle. You just, if you need to use the Terra shuttle to get your coins to somewhere, I would do it now, because TFO are shutting it down, and as far as I'm aware, Terra Rebels are not picking that up yet. That's not to say that they won't pick up in the future, but as it stands right now, it's not being picked up at all. Could USTC peg to Luna V2? No, I wouldn't think so. Well, I mean, you could peg it to anything you want in theory, but there's ways and means to do it, and it's got to be able to handle it. There's a lot more than just pegging a coin to a coin. There's a lot of work that goes into it. Does Wrap Luna get taken out of the circulating supply? Unsure, it's a little bit hazy. From what I know, I think it adds back into our circulating supply when you change back to from Wrap Luna back into Luna Classic. It adds back into our circulating supply, I think. But don't hold me to that. It's so hazy around Luna Classic. Wrap Luna Classic, because it's like that friend that's at the party but there's just so many people there, you're just not getting to that friend you really need to get to. And you know, there's not been enough updates, if you ask me, come out from directly from Terra Rebels. It's kind of just thrown into the Discord, and you just kind of have to pick through all the other people's comments to get to the actual good information and stuff like that. So it's not always easy to find the information that is there and is to hand, so to speak. So I think it's a bad idea to stake stable coins. I think stable coins are a good idea, so people spend crypto on everyday things. Yeah, of course, but you can still spend your crypto on everyday things. You just need to find an outlet that, you know, deals with it. And Paybolt, if you don't know this, actually do a lot of stuff to do with Luna. I don't know how much of an effect they have as a utility, but they do provide Luna Classic as an option, and I'm sure it's like whitelisted or hotlisted or something on there. We're going to do a video about it. We're going to do a little bit more investigation about it. I'm going to try and see how we can try and help Paybolt a little bit more and try and get whatever they've got going on for Luna Classic going on a little bit better. And some people say to me, well, why aren't you working with like every single project all the time? And this is because I don't like to pick a project up and then do a little thing with it and then just say, all right, bye, you know, we've done our part. I like to keep ensuring we're going back, checking with them, making sure things are all right. They need any help, they need any coverage. And it's all about following things through and actually, you know, helping, not pretending to help or acting to help, but actually helping. And you know, the floor price for Luna Punks was the same as Luna Classic. It was dead, and it had died like everything else that was attached to Luna Classic at the time, and USTC. It just died because the majority of these people had their treasuries in Lunk. A lot of them didn't diversify because they were part of a system that they believed was impenetrable. You know, these people went from 32 pence a coin to $116 a coin. If you didn't know that, that has happened before. And it's just crazy to know that these things can happen and possibly could happen again. And it's as simple as history can repeat itself, but it doesn't need to be the same things that happened previously for history to repeat itself. And it's all just kind of if buts and coconuts in crypto, in my opinion. So really interesting, folks. It's been a really interesting pretty much 2 hours here, and the price is moving really nice. I hope I've provided some really positive movement for you all, answered some questions for you, and really got your minds in a better place and away from this, in my kind of opinion, a proposal that just didn't need to even see the day of light until we done the burn, got the burn tax implemented, and actually had data to work by and actually back up what they're saying. So it would seem more feasible then, but you know, it's all open to interpretation. None of this is financial advice, none of this is digging at people or anything like that. I have admiration for all people, far and wide, regardless of who you are. So yeah, folks, stay safe out there. None of this is financial advice. Beware of scammers, doppelgangers, anybody pretending to be me, and we'll catch you in the next one. Shoo!